Cat Quest by the Gentle Bros is a 2D open-world RPG set in the kingdom of Felingaurd, a vibrant continent inhabited by cats. And I don't mean Skyrim's Khajiit or D&D's Tabaxi, I mean literal tabby cats. The story sees you shipwrecked by a mysterious white cat who destroys your wooden raft and disappears, taking your sister with him. Clueless as to who this strange cat is and your sister's apparent connection to him, you awake in a curious land filled to the whiskers with adventure. In this video, I'll be talking about the Nintendo Switch version in particular, which I picked up on sale after a recommendation from my friend Dean, and I have to say, I was very pleasantly surprised. Felingaurd was once a land scorched by dragons who seek to destroy everything in their path until the so-called Old Masters created the Dragonblood, a breed of powerful cats to fight the dragons. But one day they all mysteriously disappeared and peaceful Felingaurd became once again overrun with monsters. Luckily, it just so happens that that birthmark on the back of your head is in fact the mark of these fabled Dragonblood, the heroic cats who once slayed the dragons and then vanished, which means that you and your spirit guard Spiri may be Felingaurd's last hope. Cat Quest is clearly inspired by games like The Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy with its deep exploration, plethora of side quests and satisfying combat. It sees you slash and dodge your way through hordes of enemies on your quest to save your sister. The game boasts over 60 quests and 50 dungeons to explore and an absolute litter of armors to collect, and of course, a perfect assortment of cat puns. And as anyone who watches my streams knows, I love a good pun. Many of the quests do fall into the same old kill monsters or fetch quests, and do sometimes seem repetitive, but the stories that unfold and the interesting characters that you meet along the way kept me engaged, and I love having the option to explore dungeons to my heart's content in search of treasure and new equipment to experiment with. When it comes to combat, learning the different monsters' attack patterns is crucial, especially when it comes to some of the tougher bosses. The magic attacks that you learn on your journey also add a good variety to combat. It's so satisfying to successfully dodge out of the way of an attack at the last moment, just to obliterate your opponent with a blast of fire. The inventory system is a little bit messy and confusing. You can somewhat sort it using the search filters for helmets, armor and weapons, but it could definitely be improved. That being said, I do enjoy collecting all of the different armors and weapons and seeing them lined up in my inventory. One thing that I will say is that the main game does lack some difficulty, but this is made up for in the Mew game, a game mode unlocked after beating the main story for the first time, in which you can replay the game but with added modifiers. These modifiers include Level 1, in which you have to beat the game at Level 1, Naked Cat, in which you cannot equip armor or weapons, and finally 9 lives, in which you can only die 9 times. These different game modes can be added individually or all together for even greater rewards, which are then added to your main game inventory for you to use to your heart's content. One thing that really did impress me about this game is the level of lore and personality in the world. I love a game with a good world that I can really sink my teeth into and learn about, and for a relatively small game, Cat Quest offers a very full world. In the main story you learn about the Old Masters and the creation of the Dragonblood, along with the truth behind the Dragon War, and I'm left wanting to learn more. Exploration and side quests builds the world and lore even further. You learn of the Lupus Empire, an empire of dogs that maintain a very fragile relationship with Felingaurd, and encounter bosses with genuine backstories. And with the release of Cat Quest 2, the Lupus Empire coming this year, I am super excited to learn more. Cat Quest's charm has definitely found it a place in my heart, and I will continue to play it in my spare time and maybe even on stream. If you haven't played Cat Quest yet, I would definitely recommend it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I've really enjoyed making it. I'll link the game and all of the music in the description, and I really want to start making more of these videos. It's a good way for me to share and talk about games that I've really enjoyed playing. So let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.